Hello, so today I'm going to be checking out the Dark Champion. This is a tower that I haven't used in, I think, like 2 years or something. The last time I did this, it looks like it was on Geared Chimps here, actually. I did it with 64,000 cash spare, but that was, like, again, like nearly 2 years ago, and it's been some time, so I wanted to revisit this. So I'm going to be going for Psy with the Dark Champion and trying to get a lot of cash spare. I'm going to be using the Desperado here. I'm not really sure if this is like the most optimal start. Probably not. You could have probably gotten something a little bit cheaper, but that's alright. Nothing like too big that I'm losing out in this early game. So last time I went for Geraldo with this, which is pretty nice because you could use the Genie for round 100 because the Dark Champion actually is missing some damage on round 100. But in the process, you're going to have to spend some money to be able to beat round 98. And then the early game is actually cheaper because you can kind of do it with a simple like 032 sniper with the Sharpstone or whatnot. The Sharpstone has gotten a nerf, I think, since then, so it's probably not going to be as effective, blah blah blah. So I'm just going to be changing it up completely by going for Psy, and then I'll have the Dartling Gunner. This will turn into a Plasma Accelerator, which will be able to save up for the Dark Champion. Along with that, it's going to do some round 100 damage, which will be very good. And with Psy, hopefully, we'll just have to take out the DDTs and the ZOMG layer, and then you can scream away the BFBs on round 100, and it should be able to work out pretty well and get like 76,000 cash spare. As you can see from the title, I think I'll put the amount in the title again. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but this was a 71,000 at the end, so a little bit of a hiccup happened here or there, and I think there's a way to do it a little bit cheaper, maybe like 73,000 total, which I will mention a little bit later. But for this early game, nothing was too crazy. I just go into the Dartling Gunner, just a little bit of micro here and there, and I'll be able to get the laser cannon, which is extremely strong all the way up until like round 60. This thing just destroys everything. It's actually kind of crazy. It didn't look like it's destroying stuff here because it's getting blocked by the leads, but like as you can see, if there's nothing, like when the Moab comes on screen, it just dies pretty easily. Well, that was pretty bad micro, but anyways, you get the point. I'm hyping this thing up. It's actually like really strong. It just falls off a lot because it has no pierce, and like it can't really get buffed that well besides like maybe call to arms, I guess. So I might do another homeland defense laser cannon spam kind of thing, but that's all right. I'm gonna grab that discount, and then we're gonna push that guy to 003. He's going to be uncross-pathed until I get Dark Champion, which will actually be kind of crazy. The reason for that is I need to pop purples, and I have nothing that pops purples, so you're going to be a no cross-path until we get that. And also that village is strategically placed. That's going to become a drums, which will be able to give my Dark Champion and Plasma Accelerator drums buff to be able to take out around 100. So all of that is going to be pretty chill, and this mid-game save up is just going to be moving Dark Champion around and microing the Plasma Accelerator around geared until I get the Dark Champion. I think it's like on round 80, yeah, something like that, which is pretty good. So I think I'm just going to let some of the music play out, and I will be back when we get the Dark Champion. Alright, round 80s here. It's the last round of this massive $60,000 save up. I just screamed some of those last ones, and then there we go. Before round 81, we got the Dark Champion, and now I'm just chilling for a while, which is super nice. We're going to put it back in range of the discount, and then I can cross path, get the Plasma Blasts, and it's going to be doing really, really well now. So I kind of can just have Dark Champion do pretty much everything until I think like about round 96 or so, I think is like when it needs a lot of help from other stuff. But I'm not going to be like putting it in super optimal places, kind of just lazy gameplay. So if something like sneaks by, instead of like letting it leak through and then trying to mic around, I'll just like hit abilities and stuff. So until around 96, it's just going to be like a very loose thing. And then after this, I'm going to be getting drums, and the goal is not to spend anything, which is going to be pretty crazy. But the Dark Champion has a lot of damage, and it's a pretty cool chimp strategy. The only thing is that its upgrade itself is a bit expensive. It's $60,000, but it is going off the Dark Knight, which is a pretty good mid-game tower. You could pair it very well with something that has higher pierce, and you could kind of try to get it for around 84, which is really good. And then once you have that, you basically have a free late game. You get 100% overclock uptime on Dark Champion, and you kind of just shred everything. It's pretty darn cool, if you ask me. I feel like definitely a strategy that could become more popular, but just that $60,000 save up. I know big save ups are really something that not a lot of people want to do, especially because they're hard. That's kind of the big thing. It's not easy to do a big save up, but once you do the save up, you have a free late game, because this thing is just powerful, and it becomes 66% better for the entire time without that. So around 95 there, actually you just put it there and it wins, which is pretty neat. Around 66 here, this is where things start to get crazy. We got to do some micro, we got to use abilities at the right time. One big thing on round 97 is that I will need Dark Champion at the front immediately at the start of the round. So that's another thing that I'm gonna have to do on 99 and 100, which adds a lot of difficulty, because I can't just like beat the round and win and call it a day. I have to put the Dark Champion in the right spot, and then let Sai clean up the rest, so I can move the Dark Champion back immediately to get some optimal positions. Sai's coming in range to get the stun now, which is really nice. And I'm gonna wait for all this stuff to come on screen, some of the ZMGs to go down, then I can scream, get rid of all of that, move Dark Champion a bit, clutch up the rest in there, and it's time to move on. So again, these have to be stalled out. I need to have the Dark Champion in the right spot for round 99, so like so, and then I can damage all of the DDTs at the front, use the stun, and then move it back so it has an optimal thing for 100. But unfortunately, I did not move it back fast enough, and I was very short on round 100 damage, actually. If I had moved it back fast enough, I could have done a move into the drums earlier and then back to the other side, which would have, I feel like, would have gotten me enough damage. But I was unfortunately forced to buy a Moab Shredder Spike, and that was it. So 71,000 cash spare, still an improvement from what I did like 2 years ago, but that is all right, and it's not a bad run, I'd say. So pretty cool. 71,000 is not too bad, and Dark Champ is awesome. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!